This episode is brought to you by Peak, the blockchain for real-world applications and home of DePIN. If you think it's time for Web3 to get real, check out their website at peak.network. That's peaq.network. Hello everyone, Danny from DePIN Hub over here, and today we have Sergio, CEO and co-founder of Aquasave. Aquasave is a very, very interesting DePIN project that I've been in talk with them since last year, following their steps and seeing the progress that they did. It's quite interesting, and I'm very happy to have you guys on the podcast today and share this project that I think is going to really change the world. Thanks so much for being on the podcast today, Sergio. It's a pleasure to have you here. And yeah, let's get started by you introducing yourself and your role at Aquasave.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, as you mentioned, it's been quite some time since we know each other. So thank you for having us here. I'm very excited to share about Aquasave with all the viewers of DePIN Hub. And also congratulations about everything that you are doing for the DePIN ecosystem in DePIN Hub. All the team, you are doing amazing. So yeah, my name is Sergio. I am co-founder and CEO of Aquasave. As background, I am industrial engineer with a PhD in computer engineering, and I worked for the past 10 years as researcher, project manager, and also entrepreneur. And in the last years, I was focused in the problems associated with water.
That's amazing. Yeah, and it's really nice to see this as a project coming up in the space and then being able to have the opportunity to scale with the DePIN ecosystem. If you're in an elevator, how would you do it? Like pitch it in 1 minute. What is Aquasave?
Well, I will say that in Aquasave, we aim to create the world's largest water monitoring network. Water scarcity is a problem that is, if we don't do anything to solve, is going to become the number one global risk in the next decade. So nowadays, millions of liters are wasted in different scenarios. There is also a lack of real-time monitoring, and the quality of water is decreasing. So Aquasave recognizes this urgent need to take action, and we propose a network of IoT devices for saving water, also control it, and obtain real-time insight for ensuring global sustainable water management. Also, our novelty includes blockchain technology and smart data analysis, which monetize the information collected from the devices and incentivizing community participation from the intent to change the way that world interact with water.
No, that's awesome. How does the device work? I can see in the back, right, you have a little device next to you. I mean, for the people who are listening on Spotify, you're not going to be able to see, but I think Sergio has like one of the devices showing in the back of his webcam. How does the device work? What do I need to do?
Yeah, well, actually, this is the first device that we are going to release, and we are launching the pre-sale on 10th of June, so pretty soon. And this device have a technology patented. It's been in the market for more than 10 years. And what we did with this device is include wireless communication and some sensors. And the interesting feature that this device attached is that it's able to recirculate the water when we are waiting for the hot water and allow us not to drop any water until we reach the temperature that we desire. So it's, as I mentioned, our first device, but we are planning to have a set of devices with different purposes. And this one is a very interesting one. Maybe I can explain further later.
Yeah, no. So as far as I understand, you have this device then you can place in your house. And whenever you want to try to take a shower, you have to wait. Instead of waiting for the water to get the desired temperature, it's like recirculates the water until it reaches that point. Yeah, man, I really need one of those devices in my house. It takes, I think, like, 3 to 5 minutes for the water to heat up. And it's such a pain, to sometimes they put a bucket underneath and then they use the water to like water the plants. Because it's a real problem. And it's just me, like in my house. Now we multiply by the millions of billions of people around the world that have the same problem. This is a massive issue. And if you can just save that amount of water alone, forget about crypto, forget about anything else. Just that part alone can solve a real problem, right? Are there other projects in the market that does similar things without the crypto part?
The novelty of Aquasave is the use of innovative IoT technology in the field of water, and also that we use as booster DePIN approach. So what we are pretending is to create, as I mentioned, a big network of IoT devices. And the idea here is, with the inclusion of smart data analysis and blockchain, we stand as the first company that combine this kind of technologies. And our business model itself works without crypto. This is the interesting thing. For example, this device have a return of the investment just with the device, because you are having savings in the bills of water and also the electricity or energy in the case of gas also. So we are offer a real value for users, and the information that we capture also have a big value and economic impact. Right now, we can find many devices for monitoring water, also IoT platforms that integrate this kind of information. But for example, there is not real-time monitoring in the house meters that we have in our houses nowadays. They send the information once per day because they are feeding with the batteries and not with electricity. And also, there is not a big platform or company that have global information about water in different contexts. So we open this information thanks to Aquasave to companies and users, and this is the novelty about Aquasave.
Yeah, no, I think the idea of like analyzing the water quality and then from the whole world, and then, be able to track it, monitor as well, monitor throughout time, right? Because I think a lot of times I can imagine if there's a flooding, like when we were in Dubai, like a few weeks ago, there was a flooding. I can imagine the quality of the water in the city probably went down. But the government's probably not going to tell everyone, okay, don't drink the water or don't do this because it looks bad on them. And that's just one example. That could be around the world. And then having this like map of water quality, I think is something that was never done before. And especially being provided by the people and not by the government, who are the ones actually measuring that data. And they don't necessarily have the best incentives, right, to tell people that the water is not the best quality. So that's super, super interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the Web3 incentives there. Is there a token you guys thinking about? How does that work?
So there are DePIN projects. We reward the users that share the information in an anonymous way with our token that is called AQC, Aquacoin. And also we have ongoing right now campaign with airdrop missions, and we give the ones that engage with the social media and with our posts with Aqua Points. And we are planning to also launch different NFT collections. So from all these, we pretend to integrate many utilities in future with these incentives, and also we attach governance in Aquasave project thanks to our tokens and NFTs. There is going to be the possibility to invest in other sustainable projects. We will be a flag ship in water. We can also be in the possibility to offer discounts. It means always the good impact into the planet. So this is the idea.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I think the token incentivization of deployment of hardware, right, has this massive impact that you can scale super, super quickly. And I like to reiterate what you just said, that forget about the crypto. I want to have an Aquasave in my house just because I'm going to be saving a lot of like water and money by doing that. And then plus you add the cherry on top with the Web3 angle, and that just like blows my mind. Okay, let's go. This sounds like a super, super interesting project. Looking on the long-term outlook for this project, how do you plan to generate sustainable revenue? Because one thing is, you will need to just build the network, and then you need some money flowing in the project to have like a sustainable growth and sustainable long-term viability for the project.
Well, our final goal is to monetize the entire globe, all the resources around the globe. Is from houses, water distribution facilities, water treatment facilities, rivers, lakes, and also the seas. So the revenue that we can obtain from all this information, the market is billions of dollars. So as soon as Aquasave position as flagship project in water, we will be able to establish big collaboration with governments and companies, and this will enable us to also add many benefits for users that interact in our ecosystem. So the biggest revenue here, I think, is going to be for the planet, but also we would like to reward everyone that collaborate in this ecosystem, in Aquasave ecosystem, of course, for contributing in this change.
Nice. Yeah, that, I absolutely agree with you. Going back to the Web3 side of things, did you guys already pick up a blockchain to build on top? I know that usually is not that important, but because what you guys are building can work super well, even without the token. But I think, did you already talk to like different blockchains? How's that going? Did you already select a main chain to build on top?
Yeah, we are building with Solana. It was a difficult decision, but finally we decided to build in Solana. We like Solana because of the consensus mechanism. So we have the proof of history combined with the proof of stake. And in our case, we need to handle many information, real-time data transactions is necessary in our cases, and also to manage the IoT devices. So as Solana have high speed in transactions, low cost, rapid confirmation times, also is scalable, and the thing that I like the most is that it's sustainable. So for us, it was an ideal choice for the growing needs that we are going to have. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the right decision. And just when we start with Solana, there was a Solana Resistance hackathon. We decided in this moment to build our MVP there in this hackathon, and we make the interaction in between the Solana blockchain and our network. And finally, we won the climate award. So yeah, from the moment the experience with Solana, it is amazing.
Yeah, that's great to hear, and congratulations on winning the hackathon. I think it's a nice reward, right? Also, like rewards all the work that you guys have been doing and the vision that you guys have. I think it's well deserved for sure. On the Aquasave side, what is the go-to-market strategy? For example, who are you planning on working with? You guys talking to water, electricity, utility, plumbing service providers? How does that work?
Yeah, we want to start with crypto first because we see a lot of potential in this approach, but also we know the potential in the real gel. Actually, we already have connections with some of the biggest water supply companies, and they are really interested in the devices and also in the data information that we are going to collect. So we want to go just step by step, but yeah, we know that there is going to be a lot to do in the real year, and we are planning to do big partnerships with some water and electricity companies that could be very interesting in what we are doing. And right now, yeah, we just want to go step by step. Right now, we are working in the industrialization of our first device, and we have ready a factory to manufacture more than 200,000 devices per year, and we can increase this number if it's necessary. So yeah, the plan for now is deliver the first devices in the Q1 of 2025. Here, soon, I think that we will announce also very promising partnerships.
Don't forget, guys, we're still very early. This is like a world-changing project, and I think it's really nice and very important to keep an eye on what those guys are doing, because I am. You know, it's very interesting, and I'm very excited. And talking about early, I heard about, you know, like to say, like the words in the streets are saying that you guys are about to release the first miner, you know, the Aquabank Saver. Is there a pre-sale coming up? You mentioned around 10th of June. How can I participate?
Yeah, exactly. We are going to launch our first 1,000 devices on 10th of June. So it's going to be an amazing opportunity because we want to reward the early adopters, and we link it to each device an NFT and also 1,000 tokens, QC. So it's nice the opportunity that this early adopter is going to have. And also we included a discount with the final price. So the price is going to be 549 euros. It's a nice opportunity, and for secure to enter in the pre-sale, you need to first register in the whitelist, and on 10th of June we will send an email to the ones that were signed, and in this email will be all the details for the purchase. Also interesting to know that from the NFT, the user could access to a future referral and leaderboard programs. So
Sorry, yeah. And where do people go to check it out?
yeah, about the whitelist, you can sign through our web space. So in aquasave.io, you can find the pre-sale, and in pre-sale you have there the whitelist link where you can enter your email, and from this we will send you an email on 10th of June with all the details.
PIC is a layer 1 blockchain designed to power DePINs. Why do DePINs choose to build on PIC? It's fast, scalable, low cost, offer builders are ready to deploy DePIN SDK, and is multi-chain. So when you build on PIC, you're building for all Web3. PIC is home for the fastest growing DePIN projects, with more than 100,000 vehicles and devices deployed, over a dozen DePINs already building, and the world-leading device manufacturers such as Boss partner with them. Think of building a DePIN? PIC has a grant program for DePIN builders. If you're listening to this, remember, you're early. The PIC network will launch in the first half of 2024. Check out PIC's channels for more details and links in the podcast description. Yeah, man, after this podcast interview, I'm definitely going to register. Let's go back to talk a little bit about the project, like the hardware itself, the Aquabank Saver. What kind of features would it have from the beginning? And I can imagine that with time, you can also add more and more features, right? Like update the software, add more like dashboards. But from the beginning, what are the features that you guys think about adding into the device?
Well, first of all, I would like to mention this is a device, as I explained, that is patented. So it was sold internationally for more than 10 years, and this means that the technology is more than tested. And what we did is include, as I mentioned, some sensors and also wireless communication, and also different features that the past one doesn't have. So yeah, our first model is called Aquabank Saver. This device is an evolution of a patented device that was sold internationally for more than 10 years. And this device includes a technology that allow us to not waste any drop of water when we want hot water. So when the Aquabank is activated, what do is pump the water inside the pipes, the cold water pipes, to the heater, and close the circuit and increase the temperature without, as I explained, dropping any water till we reach the temperature. So the water increase gradually the temperature, and as soon as it's ready, it's going to fill. So this allows us to save a big amount of water. We are just with the device reducing, if everyone have in a city these devices, over 23% the consumption of the city, and this also result in a big amount of savings in also the reduction of the bills in the users. No, so also have other functionalities, very interesting functionalities, like we can detect when the pipe is going to get frozen. We detect leaks and losses in the facilities. We are able to eliminate some kind of bacteria like Legionella. And another interesting thing is, thanks to the wireless communication and the app that we are developing, we are able to schedule when we want the hot water. So when someone wake up and want to take a water right now, have to wait some seconds, minutes, depending on the size of the house and the kind of facility heater that they have to get the hot water. Right now, this is something that happened in the entire world, and thanks to these devices and, as I explained, the technology that we developed, we are able to schedule when we want the hot water, so we can have every day the temperature ready at 7 a.m. before go to work, or we can send a voice message to Alexa to say, in 10 minutes I want the hot water. So this is an evolution of the bathrooms, and it's an evolution of the houses, and it's a problem that we find in the entire world that we are resolving thanks to this.
Yeah, absolutely. So the device is going to connect to the Wi-Fi, and then you'll be able to manage everything through an app, like a mobile app, right? Like you want to set the temperature, you want to set the timing, like you said. You can work with Alexa. That's pretty cool. Can you talk a little bit about the main proposal that you guys have for coming up with Aquasave? What are you thinking about the next steps as well? Because there's a lot of things that you guys are doing that's not just related to the hardware, right? It's like I heard about like the Aquasave certificate or something like that. Maybe it gives like a bit of like gist on what you guys are thinking.
Yeah. So the thing is, talking about the problem that we have with water, the main one is the water scarcity. So it's very complex because it's a multifaceted problem that is a combination of increase of the demand, decrease in resources, and also the scaling pollution. So for giving you some numbers, for example, today around 4 billion of people experience water scarcity for at least 1 month per year, and by 2050 this number is going to increase in 5 billion. So this is going to affect more than the half of the population. And about the demand, in the last century was increased by 600% the demand, and this trend is expected to continue with the water demand increasing in the different use in between 20 and 30% by 2050. There is also other issues like the water resources are decreasing, and also the water quality is becoming worse and worse. So it's necessary to take actions, and the actions that we saw that is taking is not enough. For example, there is some technological advancements like, for example, desalination or water purification that consume a lot of energy and are very expensive and have a negative impact in the environment. There is also some regulatory measures that is not implementing right now, and there is many things that are falling, like for example there is not real-time monitoring, there is not a comprehensive monitoring network, there is not a competitive monitoring network, there is not policies to encourage the population to save. Also, there is not an effective detection of leaks or bad quality in our system. So from this, we in Aquasave promote a DePIN model where each participant is an active member of a global network that works with the objective to attach water sustainability. We have in this network our IoT devices that we call it Aquabank. With these devices, we monitor and visualize the situation of water in different locations in the water cycle. Some of these devices, like the Aquabank Saver, is able to actively save water. And in our case, in this case, we integrate other functionalities like detect leaks, detect when the facility or the pipes is going to get frozen. So there's going to be some devices that monitor and other devices that actively could add in the facilities and the systems. And using our mobile app, the user could control the different features of the devices and monitor also the useful information for optimize the use of water and have a safety use of it. And all this information will centralize in our platform, where we'll monetize this information, this anonymous information, and provide many kind of reports and KPI to our clients. And also from this monetization, we will reward the users with our tokens. Also, we start a new standard called the Water Footprint Certificate, where we project a new market with enormous potential. So I would like to explain a little bit this. So we are combining two technologies, IoT and also blockchain. Thanks to IoT, we can count the amount of water that we are saving, and thanks to the blockchain, we can have the veracity and the traceability with this information. We will create a certificate that companies can use for reduce the impact that they are having in the ecosystem or in the environment. There is companies that have a big consumption, so thanks to these certificates, they can reduce this impact. Also, we are able to trade in the carbon credit market thanks to the traceability and all the information that we collect. We can convert this in carbon credit, also bonds.
Oh, that's super interesting. So you guys are also going to get into the ESG market, the carbon credits and everything through water. I think that's a very novice idea, right? Tell me about the installation process as well. Like, how hard is to install it yourself? Do you need to always like hire a plumber to do that? Can you do yourself?
Yeah, I forgot to mention also, of course, we have sensors and we have, as you mentioned, the mobile app. So from this, we can visualize different information parameters about our user patterns and also quality of water, flow level. We can measure the pressure. So from all this information, we can have many insights that could allow us to have a more optimized behavior with water in our houses. So this is an important feature that as well that we include in our devices. Then about the installation process, is very easy to install. The device is installed under the sink, and right now what we find in our facilities is we have valves and we have connectors that go to the sink. So the idea for the installing the Aquabank is putting between the valves and the sink or device, and it's super easy. The only thing that we have to do is disconnect the connectors from the valves and interconnect the Aquabank in between the valves and the sink. And we have right now, I can show you here in the camera. So there is the hot water pipes and the cold water pipes. So easy to follow, like it's only connecting the hot, connecting the cold, and we will include some different connectors to do the installation easy. And we have also a rapid guide of how to install in our documentation. So the ones that don't know how to do or have some doubts also can check in the documentation. And
Yeah, I mean, I just looking at the video here and how the device looks, it sounds super easy. Just disconnect whatever you have right now, put that in the middle, and that you're ready to go, right? Doesn't seem like you need like to hire a plumber, nothing to break walls and nothing complicated. Just like put it there, plug it in the wall, and then you're ready to go. All right. How do you see the impact, of the Aquasave in the next 5 years? Let's say right now you just have a few devices. You're going to start with the first 10 by the end, or like the beginning of next year. And then how do you see this project grow in the next 5 years? And how many devices do you think you need to have like an impactful change in the world?
We are aiming to reduce the water consumption globally. Give a number is risky, but I can say that having in consideration that our first devices, just with the device, we can save around 10,000 liters per person per year. We can, as I mentioned, also reduce the water consumption in a city in 23%. If we reach, as example, 5 million of devices around the planet, will be 50 billions of liters saved per year, just with the first device and just with the technology that includes, without mention that we are going to provide the user many information, and from this information the user could change the behavior with the water. No? So in future devices that we are planning to also launch soon, for example, we will have devices that measure different parameters in the water supply management facilities. And from these devices, we are able to detect leaks in different scenarios, and we can optimize the water supply in different cases as well. So from this, we can reduce in between 20 and 30% the consumption. So everything will depend on the adoption and the support that we receive from countries and companies for using our technology. But I'm pretty sure the impact is going to be huge.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm so excited for this to come out. I can't wait to have one in my home, especially for saving the water in time that I have every day to take a shower. And then especially like a lot in summer, we always have a lot of guests, and then you can multiply the amount of water that you waste by the amount of guests you have. Just in my home alone, that could be like a pretty nice saving, and multiply that for the whole country world. And I'm super excited about this. If people want to know more about Aquasave, about what you guys are doing, follow up with the whitelisting for the note sale, where do they go, and what kind of things they should follow, like Twitter? What other social media platforms do you guys have?
Yeah, the best opportunity is to buy the devices. As I mentioned, we are opening the pre-sale on Monday, 10th of June. And I believe that is a great opportunity because of all the benefit that we are going to give it in this pre-sale. And also join our socials, X, Discord, LinkedIn. The most important for us now is to generate a large community with serious values that contribute as we are doing for a better future in our planet. So from this, many things will come in the near future, and I encourage to stay tuned about everything that we are doing in Aquasave and follow us.
Yeah, the website is aquasave.io, and I'm also going to link all the socials and website, everything on the description of this podcast, and all the information on how to get listed in the whitelist and how to join their Telegram. And do you guys have a Telegram as well?
No,
not yet. You have a Discord,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we have Discord.
Make sure to join it and follow up with this project because it's super interesting. And I think, remember, #soon. We still have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to be done, right? But it's just exciting to follow up what everything that's happening. And yeah, definitely gonna subscribe to the whitelist after this because I really need one of those devices in my home. Sergio, thank you so much for joining the podcast, Lynn, telling us a little bit about Aquasave and its future. I'm definitely going to be following very closely what you guys are doing, and I'm trying to share also on my Twitter. And please make sure everyone that's listening follow us on @Hotspotty on X and check DePINHub.io. Make sure to subscribe to the newsletter because there's a lot of really cool content there at DePINHub.io, and then you're going to be faced with a lot of alphas, a lot of opportunities as well. Create an account. There's a lot of really cool things happening in the DePIN space, and you don't want to miss out. So sign up, subscribe, and all the other things. Thanks so much for this. See you guys in the next episode next week for the DePIN Hub podcast. Have a great one.